Welcome everyone to a special Directed IRA webinar. We are excited to be with you today talking about how your IRA or 401k dollars can invest in crypto. I know a lot of people love IRAs and 401ks because of the tax benefits, but they've never thought about it for investing in crypto. And so we're going to be talking about that today, going over how you can do it, talking about how we've been doing it with clients since 2021. We launched this product. We have hundreds of millions of dollars, clients using IRAs and 401ks investing in crypto in a tax-preferred manner. They're doing it in Roth IRAs, the most common account, and not paying any taxes on their crypto gains. So we want to break that down in today's webinar today and also answer your questions. So we're going live with this. If at any moment you miss a piece of that, oh, there we go.
Yeah. Now we're here.
Yeah. See, I told you this is live, So if at any moment you have questions, whether you're on YouTube or Instagram, you want to throw those questions in, we're going to try and grab those. But Aaron and I have a lot of info we want to explain to you about how you do this. We want to get into the technical pieces on this and walk you through the practical steps. I don't want you to just get excited about buying crypto in your IRA. I want you to be excited. I'm going to do that. But I want you to know how to actually go do it. Like you can do this in like the next 30 minutes. Like you can go to our website, open up an account, and be doing this next week. Okay. And so we're going to break that down so you know what to do, how you can execute on it. And our team, of course, is here to help along the way. Now, before I get started, I need to give a disclaimer. So I am an attorney as well, the CEO of Directed IRA. Aaron the Great and Powerful is with me here. He's the COO of Directed IRA. And we've worked with a lot of clients that have been using their retirement account funds to buy crypto. But I want you to know, I'm not trying to sell you crypto as an investment. Invest in it if you want and you believe in it. My purpose here is not to sell you on this. Accounts at Directed IRA, where we have our accounts, can invest in anything. You can buy a stock or a mutual fund. You can invest in crypto. You can buy real estate. I don't care what you invest into. I just want you to let you know you have options to invest in the assets you know and believe in. And if it's crypto, which I bought with my own retirement account in 2017, trying to figure this out for myself and my clients. But if that's what you believe in, we want to walk you through on how you can do it, because Wall Street's not going to tell you. They want you to just keep buying the same old crap they have, or they want you to buy the Bitcoin ETF if you love crypto. We're going to go over some other options here, some cool things we think that you can do. All right. Do you want to give me instructions on the Q&A through today? Aaron, you're going to be grabbing some of those as we go.
Yeah, I think we're excited to be here. Let's just do this. Just put it in the chat and make them good. I'm gonna grab some good ones.
Yeah.
So if it's not good, I'll just skip it. I just won't get it.
I'll skip it. And don't be offended.
Yeah.
There might be too many questions we can't get
and have
to.
them be on topic too. Like we're not gonna hop all around. This is specifically on our crypto IRAs, doing it with the self-directed IRA or some of the other strategies we have. So I'm gonna make some notes here, grab some questions, and I'll tee them back and forth. Matt will just hop in and be like, let's hit a few questions and we'll Roth and roll. Y'all like our mugs too?
Yeah. It says crypto in an IRA.
Yes.
Yes. Crypto in an IRA.
Cheers.
Cheers to
that.
Here
we go.
All right. Oh, I better, actually have a drink.
You got to finish it. It's like, taking a shot. You silent. Cheers.
Okay. All right. It's official. Okay. Well, let's go to the slides here. We actually have the disclaimer up right now. So I just want you to see that. Okay. Attorney Matt did his job. This is not investment advice. Seek out professionals when conducting actual transactions. All right. Now, the first question we get, let's unshare the slides. I'm going to come back to this in a second. But the first question we get is, well, Matt, I heard you could buy crypto in an IRA. We just watched your webinar, or I read your book, or we saw someone on your team speak. And I called up TD Ameritrade and they said, I can't buy crypto in an IRA. Well, that's not because IRAs can't do it. That's because most brokerage IRAs can't do it. Or the only crypto you can buy with your brokerage IRA is an ETF. Okay, I'm talking about owning the actual crypto. We're not talking about buying an ETF here. We're talking about buying XRP, Solana, Ethereum, other cryptocurrencies, Dogecoin if you wanted. We're talking about buying crypto that's not in an ETF yet. And you may want to do that because you think there's value in it. This is the up and coming crypto. There's a lot of growth opportunity for it before it even has an ETF. And some of these might have ETFs later on. But we're not talking about buying an ETF. I'm not talking about your brokerage account. So if you're calling up, let's say TD Ameritrade, and you're like, I want to buy Solana with my Roth IRA at TD Ameritrade, they're going to be like, you can't do that. Or they're going to say, you say, I want to buy Bitcoin. They're like, you can buy the Bitcoin ETF. You're like, no, I don't want the ETF. I want to actually buy Bitcoin with my IRA. Well, how do you do it? Well, the first thing you're going to need to do is get to a company like Directed IRA. We are a trust company licensed by the Arizona Banking Department, have clients across the US, 2.5 billion, about 2.2 billion in assets under administration. We're audited, regulated. Okay. We're very serious about this and have a whole compliance team. And we do this in a safe and secure manner because we want you to feel comfortable about your investments. You need to be, right? Now, again, you're making the decision about what to invest into. That's your decision. But our role is to be the custodian. So when you have money, let's say at a Roth IRA and you're at TD Ameritrade and you want to buy Solana and they won't let you do it, all you need to do is transfer. Let's say you've got a $250,000 account at TD Ameritrade. You're like, you know what? I want to buy 50,000 worth of Solana. They won't let me do it. You can just transfer that 50 grand from your Roth IRA at TD Ameritrade over to a Roth IRA at Directed IRA. And we have a crypto IRA product. We're going to explain how this works. We partner with Gemini on this, an awesome offering. We think is the best out there. But the first point is I want to make sure you understand, you're not going to do this at your local bank or credit union or your life insurance company or your broker dealer IRA. They sell you products like CDs at your bank IRA, Wall Street products like maybe an ETF for Bitcoin at your broker dealer IRA, annuities at your life insurance IRA. Okay. We're a self-directed custodian. We want you to invest in whatever you want. Real estate, private equity, crypto, venture capital. You can invest in whatever you want. Now for this, we have what's called specifically a crypto IRA. So at the end game here, I'm going to walk you through the steps here. But at the end of the day, when you have a crypto IRA, directed IRA, you can buy any crypto that's on the Gemini exchange. That could be Solana. That could be XRP. That could be Ethereum. That could be Bitcoin. That could be Dogecoin. All right. These are all different. And there's 60 different cryptos that are available at Gemini. And so that's the end result here is now I've used that Roth IRA to go and invest in the assets I know and believe in. And if you're believing that crypto is going to go up, that's how you do it. But it takes us here at Directed IRA. Now, you might be like, Matt, I don't have any money in an IRA. Or maybe I've just got a 401k at a current employer and I can't move it. I'm stuck where I'm at. Well, you could just throw $7,000 as a new IRA contribution. You know, that's the annual contribution for a Roth IRA. You could drop $7,000 in with a new crypto Roth IRA with us. This could be a health savings account. This could be a traditional IRA, a SEP IRA. You could do a solo 401k. All these retirement account types you may be familiar with, you can do here. We've had a lot of clients just open brand new accounts, even Coverdell education savings accounts for their kids. They're like, man, if I invest in this now and my kid's 6, by the time they get to college, if I've been investing it in the crypto I believe in that I think is going to have value in the future, that could be a pretty significant account that could pay for my kid's college. And so you can just make new contributions. And right now, you have the ability to make a 2024 contribution up until April 15th of 2025. And in January of 2025, which is right around the corner from when we're shooting
2025 contributions.
You can make your 2025 contributions. So that could be like 14 grand in a Roth IRA that you can make in new contributions. And if you're high income, by the way, you can do the backdoor Roth IRA. And now I've got money that I could go and again, invest in whatever crypto you want. Now we're going to walk through the steps there, but I need to make sure you understand what we're talking about here is new account with new contributions, existing IRA transferring over. You could also have an old employer 401k where you don't work that you could roll over to a crypto IRA with us as well. So now we've got the account. Okay. Now you're over at Directed IRA with your crypto IRA account. Now, once you're doing this self-directing, there's something you need to know. And that is something called the prohibited transaction rules. And let's share the slide on this. I do have a little slide deck we're going to be sharing here back and forth. A lot of people think, well, Matt, how can you buy crypto in an IRA? I didn't know you could buy crypto in an IRA. Isn't that restricted? No. Okay. For the rules for retirement accounts say you can buy any investment, except for assets that are specifically restricted by law. Well, by law, there's a few assets that are restricted. Collectible items are restricted as an investment in an IRA. This is like, you know, a collectible coin collection, antique cars, art. When retirement accounts first came around, people were actually buying this stuff with their retirement accounts, like Keogh plans and all these old retirement accounts. But you can't do that anymore. Congress saw all this abuse for it. People were buying wine collections, you know, that turned into bottle collections. And so they said, no more collectibles in your retirement accounts. It can be an investment, but it's got this quasi personal use. So they just restricted it.
That was a joke.
Yeah, that was, yeah. I'm going fast here.
We almost needed like an applause meter or laughter on that.
Yeah.
That was
Aaron knows my standard jokes. So
it was good though. It was good.
how many times have you heard that one?
At least 100 and counting.
Yeah. So, all right. Life insurance is also restricted in IRAs. You can actually buy certain life insurance products with 401ks, but it's restricted in IRA. And then S corporation stock. IRAs can own LLCs, limited partnerships, of course, C corporations. That's what you're owning the stock in when you buy like Apple or publicly traded assets. But IRAs just don't qualify as an S corporation shareholder. So that's it. Those are the 3 restricted assets your IRA can't buy. Well, what's not on the list? Crypto. It's not a restricted asset. Okay. So that means you can buy it with your retirement account, but you just have to get the right structure down and the right process and comply with some other rules as you do that, which is what we've done in creating our Crypto IRA product. All right. Now, the next rule you need to know, and this is it for the rules. Okay. After I say this next one, it's all about how you do it. But I want to make sure you understand kind of the legal rules because we've thought about this. I wrote a whole book on how to invest your IRA in non-publicly traded assets called the Self-Directed IRA Handbook. It's sold 60,000 copies. I have a whole chapter.
Here we go.
Yeah, I have a whole chapter on how to buy crypto specifically in your retirement account in that book. But so you do need to know the rules a little bit, but this is it. For crypto, it's actually very easy. The last rule you need to know is something called the prohibited transaction rules. This is a rule that restricts you personally from transacting with your IRA. Now, the most common crypto question we get on prohibited transaction is, hey, Matt, I already bought a bunch of crypto personally. I bought, BTC at $2,500 per BTC. Now it's at 100,000 plus. Can I get that into my Roth IRA, Matt? Sadly, no. Okay. You can't move crypto you personally own over into your Roth IRA and then sell it from your Roth IRA and pay no tax. Trust me, if you could do that, I would be teaching that right now and I would be doing it myself. But Congress thought of this when they created retirement accounts in general. They're like, we don't want you to use your IRA to go buy assets from you personally. We don't trust you in buying and transferring assets between yourself and your IRA. But your IRA can go buy new crypto from anyone. It just can't be bought from you or anyone who's called a disqualified person. And the disqualified person includes your spouse, your parents, your kids. Okay. So all of those are restricted people, meaning your IRA can't buy or sell assets between them. All right. So that's it. Only 3 restricted assets. And then you just can't use your IRA to buy investments from yourself, your spouse, your kids, and in what are called the lineal descendants in your family. Those are restricted people. It causes a prohibited transaction if you did that with your IRA. But again, your IRA could go buy on an exchange. Of course, you don't know who the heck's selling it to you on an exchange. You could even buy it peer to peer. It could be a friend. It could be a cousin. It could be anyone that's not restricted. Your IRA can actually buy and sell crypto to as an investment. Now, again, we're not using this money for personal use. We're not using the crypto personally right now. We're doing it for investment purposes in a retirement account, hoping that when we hit 59 and a half, that it's gone up in value and that we can then use that retirement account in retirement for long-term benefit and wealth building. So if you're like listening to this and you're like 25 years old and you're like, well, Matt, I want to make money today. I want to like buy a cool car and a house and everything. Cool. I want you to build wealth. Then maybe if you have a great crypto investment strategy, still do that personally. You're going to pay taxes on all of that. This is America. Sorry, you're going to have to do that. But we're talking about using your IRA for long-term wealth building. Okay. I'm talking about growing this till you hit 59 and a half, which is when all these gains, if you're using a Roth, come out and you pay no tax. All right. Now I want to give one example here. Okay. Let's take the example of, I shot a video in 2017, okay, about how you can buy Bitcoin in your retirement account. It's a really bad video. You can go find it on my YouTube channel from 2017, but it turned out to be kind of prophetic. I have to say I was ahead of the curve and we've been ahead of it here. Because what I did is I bought Bitcoin and I told you in that video, it's $2,500 per BTC at the time when I bought it. And I was like, this is freaking crazy, but I'm buying it and I'm going to just see how it goes. Right. And I didn't know if you should buy it or not. I didn't know, but I was testing the waters a little bit. So I bought a few BTC. Now, Fast forward here to 2024. If you bought, and this is a Roth account that I have, if I bought 2,500 in BTC and I sell that BTC now, it was over $100,000 gain. That's going to go into my taxable income, long-term capital gain. I've held it for over a year. So that would be at a 20% federal tax rate. Let's say you're in California. Okay. You could be at a 10% state tax rate on the gain. I'm in Arizona, so it's 2.5%. But the bottom line is, if in Arizona, where I'm at 2.5% for state, 20% Fed, if when I sell that, I didn't make 100 grand, I made 78,000. Okay. The government made 22,500. But if that's in my Roth account, which it is, when I sell that, there's no tax. It goes back into my retirement account. I can reinvest it. I can keep holding it. And then when I sell it, when I'm 59 and a half, I got 15 more years to wait there. I'm not there yet, but it's going to come out totally tax-free, zero tax. So that's why people are using these retirement accounts. It's a way to grow wealth tax-free, particularly with the Roth, in a long-term manner. Okay. I feel like I've set it up enough. What did I miss? Or anything else? Or anybody got questions? Or
yeah, let's hit. This is like a repeat one as I'm just like rolling through the chat. They just probably need some clarification of using a retirement account, using a self-directed IRA to buy and sell crypto. Let's walk through the mechanics of, yes, you can day trade it if you want to.
Yeah.
You can hold it, buy and sell every day, just park it there. Let's go through the mechanics of that, because there seems to be some clarification is needed as far as like, well, I have capital gains when I take a distribution, or can I buy and sell without any penalties whenever I want?
Yeah.
So let's go through that.
Okay. So let's walk you through just our product. Okay. So we have our Crypto IRA, which, as I explained earlier, you'll need to set up a Crypto IRA. That's step one. Okay. You can get directedira.com, book a call with one of our team, or open an account right there. Open a Crypto IRA account. This could be Roth, traditional, HSA, Solo K. Okay, we don't have time to get into all the different account types, but those are the different retirement accounts out there in general. But we just have a specific crypto product for each of these different accounts. So let's say you did a crypto Roth IRA. Now, I gave an example earlier. Maybe you have money at a TD Ameritrade Roth IRA or somewhere else already. You just want to transfer it over. No tax, no penalty. It goes from TD Ameritrade over to your crypto Roth IRA at directed IRA. Or you could make a new contribution. So step one, I opened the crypto IRA account. Step two, I funded it. Okay, you're funding it with cash, right? Because we need cash in there to go buy crypto. Now, once you've funded it, either from new contribution or transfer rollover, okay, I've got money in the crypto account. What we do is we open up a Gemini trading account on the Gemini exchange in the name of your IRA. In this example, the Roth IRA. We are going to send the cash to your crypto trading account at Gemini on the Gemini exchange. You will have access to it as a trader. We don't have trading. I mean, we do, but we don't use the trading rights on your account. We don't make investment decisions. It's going to go in as USD into your Gemini trading account. Then you are going to log in. We have a relationship with Gemini, so we can open these accounts in a efficient manner. You get login information that you go through with Gemini to get access to it, which you can do. We recommend you use their active trader structure. You can do it on a mobile app, but your fees are pretty high. You do the active trader, and it's a maximum 0.5% fee. I'll get to that in a second here. But okay, so you go log in. Now you're logged into Gemini. You don't own this trading account at Gemini. Your IRA owns it. Okay. And that means there's no tax reporting going to you. Now, let's say, here, let the battery died on this. If we could get, I don't know if it just went off, because I want to show that slide on the product there. So if we could get that charged or fix that. Told you, live TV, guys, live television. You never know what's going to happen. Okay. So now your money's you have USD on Gemini. You've logged in. Now this screen right back here behind me is what it looks like when you log into Gemini on Active Trader. This is like the desktop version, like look and feel here. Okay. And so once you're there, now you can trade. You have USD, you can go use that to go buy whatever crypto you want. You want to go buy XRP, you want to buy Solana, you want to be at BTC, whatever you want to do. Now we have a 0.5% trade fee. Okay. It's important to understand the fees on this. So we have a 0.5% trade fee when you buy and sell. So if you're like, I'm going to buy $10,000 worth of crypto. Okay. We have a 0.5% trade fee. It's a $50 trade fee to buy 10,000 of crypto. 0.5% trade fee when you sell 10,000. Okay. So you can trade as much as you want. You just have more trade fees. If you buy and hold, it's less expensive on the trade fee side. Now we also have an annual account fee of $295 for the crypto IRA. So if you just buy and you're going to hold, let's say it's $10,000, $50 trade fee. If it's $100,000, it's a $500 trade fee. This is all inclusive, our fee and what Gemini is going to charge it. Maximum of 0.5%, 50 basis points. But then you have an annual fee to us of $295 that hits when you open the account and then every year thereafter. Okay. Now, if you're just like going to buy and hold, then your annual fee is just $295. So let's say you have the $100,000 account. There's no asset under management fee. There's no more trade fees because you just bought and hold, but you will have that $295 annual fee. All right. If you can get this back up, if you don't mind.
I'll address a few elephants in the room that I even chimed in because people are like recommending competitors to us.
Yeah.
I'm like, I always get super passionate on that. I was like, why would you like on our channel recommend a competitor without giving us a shot at least?
It's the competitors that come onto our stuff and do that.
It's all good,
but that's cool.
So we do have, there's less than a handful even in the space, and they've built their own platforms. A lot of them have, they're at least 1 point or higher for buying and selling across the board. None of them are lower than that. Some of them have an annual fee, others do not, but they all for sure are a point or higher. But what they've done is they've created their own platform and they use multiple exchanges through the use of an API. And I'll talk a little bit of tech talk for those of you with my own software background, but we didn't do any of that. We just establish a relationship and partnership with Gemini, and you're going to use their platform. They're licensed and regulated. Us as a trust company, we're licensed and regulated. Some of our competitors out there, they are not licensed and regulated as a company. They're what's called a third-party administrator. So even though you're sending fiat to them and going on their platform, and they may say, hey, we have insurance, we use Fireblocks, and we use these other things. That's all cool, but there's no regulatory piece as far as them as a company being licensed, audited, regulated.
Can we talk about why that matters for a second?
Let's hit it.
Okay.
Because this is a big deal, guys, because all of you are like, just go to the competitor and they're a point, no recurring fee. Okay, but let us give you the catches on that.
Yeah. And also let's run the math on that. Okay. Yeah. So, all right, let me just give an example. When we created this product, Aaron and I looked at a lot of different places on how to structure this. We thought through this quite a bit. Do you want to know who the people we were talking to when we ended up settling on Gemini? FTX and Voyager. We came down to 3 finalists when we built this product. FTX was so cool at the time. Okay. Tom Brady's out pimping it. Everybody's all hot on FTX, growing fast. SBF was like saving the world. He's testifying before Congress. And when we looked into them, we're like, how are they regulated? Oh, they're not? They have a money transmitter license, like the payday lending store down the street. That's how they're regulated. Who audits them? Nobody. It's no wonder. I'm serious. It's no wonder people lost money there. Voyager ends up going bankrupt. Okay. So we were like, when we picked our partner, we're like, who are we going to use on this? We picked Gemini. Boring, regulated, audited by Deloitte, SOC 1, SOC 2 reports. Okay. A lot of insurance. Now, there's risks with any party you're going to choose to do business with. Let's be honest. You cannot avoid that. If anyone tells you there's no risk, they're lying to you, turn and run. But we wanted to work with someone who we thought was at the top of the game, that took security and compliance and regulatory requirements as serious as we do. And that's what we found in Gemini and why we use them. And so when we ended up building a very easy to use product that relies on our expertise in retirement accounts and their expertise in crypto and security. And that's why we went there. They may not be the coolest. They may not be the fanciest. They may not have all the right celebrities endorsing them. But you know what? They got the right regulatory stuff. And that's why we like them and partner with them. So that's why we're using them. And that's the trust that you get in using their product. Now, there's other companies that have, through these APIs, have had problems. They've had security breaches. Why? Because they're not technology companies. They're not crypto specific companies, and they don't have a lot of the resources. So we've tried to build this the best way we can. We feel like this is a superior offering to what's out there. Now, let's talk about some of these companies that have no annual fee and a 1% trade fee. let's talk about that $100,000 account. That's $1,000 when you buy. You're eventually going to sell. And let's say that crypto goes up to $300,000. That's a $3,000 fee instead of 0.5% trade fee. Now, if you're like, you know what, Matt, I'm just going to do $1,000 account. Okay. They are definitely cheaper because you're going to have to pay us at least a minimum of $295. So we may not be the most optimal place from a fee schedule standpoint for smaller accounts. And that's okay. But
we're okay with that.
Yeah. And that's okay. And so I get that argument, and there's no reason, like, it's math. You can't like beat that. But we do feel like we also add team and expertise you can reach. This is not a help ticket you put on, to try and get your questions answered, and someone that has no experience answers. So that's the little differences as you get out there. I think most of our competitors in this space are doing the 1% trade fee. Some of them have an annual fee, some of them don't. And then the last thing is we're a trust company. Okay. We are ourselves audited by RSM. Okay. One of the largest public accounting firms. We have a separate CPA firm that audits us on our financials. We are regulated by the banking department here in Arizona, the same regulators that go into the banks to see what they're doing. Now, do we like that? No, it's a lot of work. We have to have a whole compliance team and people with that expertise, but it's a place that ensures that the practices that are taking place and the measures and the security and the capital requirements are being met to protect customers. Okay. So that's what we have with here that sets us apart from some of these other companies that aren't.
Yeah, they're just not trust companies. So there you go. We'll hit on this. Has come up. You have cryptos already in a retirement account at another custodian. Yes, you can do what's called an in-kind transfer over to us via directed IRA and Gemini. We will accept that. There's a whole process for that and security protocols around that, but we will absolutely can do in-kinds from another IRA custodian.
Yeah. All right, let's share the slide here on showing the actual crypto. That I lost power there when we were going through this. So if we can show that. All right, so this is the diagram of how this looks. All right, we have your crypto IRA, and it gets funded. Again, you made a new contribution or you transferred money over, and then that cash goes into a Gemini trading account, which you have access to and trader rights on. You want to trade all day long, great. Remember, the trade fees adds up. Or you want to just buy and hold, great, sits there. And the different crypto you can buy, Gemini does have 60 plus crypto. The most common ones we see are going to be Bitcoin, Solana, XRP, Ethereum, Dogecoin. There's a lot of different meme coins. There's other stuff out there, kind of some up and coming stuff. But those are the most common ones we're seeing traded there. You can get the full list at Gemini's site. Our team can help with that too, if needed. But that's the crypto IRA product. Now, if you're like, well, Matt, I want to be done with doing crypto, or I made a bunch of money in it, I want to send some back and do real estate or invest in a venture capital or a private equity deal, or I want to go back to the stock market. That's cool. You'll just sell it down to fiat in the Gemini account, send the cash back to us in your IRA, and then we help facilitate whatever the next investment is that you want to do. Or you can just keep buying more and more crypto and just do it in the Gemini trading account from whatever gains you have. So that is the crypto IRA product. Now, the 1099 DA for digital assets, you don't get that. Gemini's not sending you anything. There's nothing going to the IRS on your account here at Gemini and for the crypto that's being traded and bought and sold.
Everybody listen to this.
Yeah.
If you wandered off and your attention span wandered, this is key because this is a tax thing and this is coming up. Hit it again.
Yeah. There is no tax reporting to the IRS on your Gemini trading account because it is owned by your IRA. If you have a regular account at Gemini or Coinbase or Kraken, you're buying and selling stuff, you're going to get a 1099 DA, 1099 for digital assets, talking about the money that you made or lost on crypto. That needs to go on your 1040. That goes on your federal tax return. This is not hitting your federal tax return. It's just like your IRA when you're buying and selling stocks. Okay. It's not hitting your tax return. Now, again, it's growing. We're going to hit it. We're going to grab it and live off of it at 59.5. This is long-term wealth building. Now, you could also use an HSA account too. Money can be coming out for qualifying medical. There's lots of other account types you can use to do this as well. All right. Now, here's the fees we talked about here. Let's pop that up on the screen because I mentioned this earlier. That's the annual fee, $295, 0.5% trade fee when you're buying or selling. Again, that's all inclusive of what you'd pay Gemini and our trade fees built into that as well. A lot of clients will have their credit card associated with their account, particularly our Roth customers. So your credit card or debit card can be linked to your account paying these fees, the annual fees and the majority of your trade fees. Because rather than us going in and reducing your account value by taking the fees, you can pay the fees personally if you want. That leaves more money to grow and build tax in a tax preferred manner or tax free in a Roth IRA. So a lot of customers you can have them, we can invoice or deduct your fees from your account if you want. But a lot of our customers prefer to just have a credit card or debit card on file. And we're hitting that for the fees, leaving more money to be invested and grow in a tax preferred manner. All right. Do we have any other questions on fees? I know we had some of the competitors mentioned.
No, I think we're good.
Thank you, competitors, for coming on. Appreciate it.
No, yeah, we always appreciate it. You know, this is a good one. So a lot of people have seen all the different IRA products that are out there, types of accounts. So you have traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, a SEP IRA, a simple IRA, an ESA, an HSA. And you'll see on our website and others like that, those are all separate accounts, and you can have a crypto investment, you know, that you're doing with. So it could be like a crypto Roth. It could be a crypto HSA that Matt was talking about, especially like those lower contribution, lower balance accounts. This is great because it's like, what else are you going to do other than like a mutual fund or a little bit of stock with a couple $1,000 investment, right? But that can make a big impact in crypto. And so we have a lot of those, but these are all separate retirement accounts, and you can have one of them or you could have all of them if you qualify for them. The easiest way to figure that out is just book a call with one of our account executives. And I just dropped the link there in the live. You can just go to our homepage and hit book a call. Would be the easiest thing. So there's a bunch of different account types. All of them may be applicable to you. Let's talk about why you would have a self-directed IRA account can hold other investment types, but our crypto just holds crypto, and how that's different. Yeah. Because we have a lot of clients on here, actually. And thank you, current directed IRA clients. Yeah. A lot of them want a crypto IRA now. Yeah.
So we have our self-directed IRA product, which is really built for alternative assets that would be real estate. You're investing in an LLC or a limited partnership, a private fund. You're doing secured notes. And those types of accounts aren't linked to a crypto exchange, right? And so those are accounts those investments are a lot more manual process. So that's a self-directed IRA. We're reviewing the LLC documents. We're reviewing the real estate documents for whatever those assets are, the private fund. And so that's our self-directed IRA product. But if you're wanting to do crypto, the difference with crypto is you need to on-ramp and be on an exchange. Gemini or any other company doesn't want to know these other assets. They don't want them linked in. They don't want them associated. And so we really had to build the crypto IRA separate. And so if you want to do both, if you're already self-direct with us or somewhere else, or, and you're doing self-directing, the crypto IRA is just specific to buying and selling crypto because it links specifically to Gemini. The way the tax reporting works on all this, it needs to be coordinated. The access rights are a little different. And so we had to segregate that into its own separate account. So you could have a self-directed Roth IRA doing real estate and private deals. I have that. Mm-hmm. You could have a crypto Roth IRA buying crypto. I also have that. Okay. And so you can have a health savings account doing crypto. You could have your kids' Roth IRA. If you're a business owner and your kids work in your business, or at least you have rental properties and you pay your kids in your business, awesome tax strategy. You could be funding a Roth IRA for your kids. How awesome would that be?
A kid's crypto Roth.
Yeah, a kid's crypto Roth. We have that account option, very popular for particular business owner clients whose kids work in the business. Your kids may know more about crypto than you do. Even your college kids, right? They're working in your business. Maybe you're paying them, or they have some other income. They could be establishing a crypto Roth IRA too. So lots of different ways people have approached this, and we're just throwing ideas out there. The education savings account's one we've seen very popular. Even the health savings account. We have a lot of people are like, wait, the money in my health savings account can be invested?
Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't have to sit than a bank making 0% interest.
In fact, that bank is using those funds and they're investing them.
Yeah.
For you.
For them.
For them.
For them. So, but health savings accounts can be invested. And so we have health savings accounts that could be self-directed, or you could do the crypto health savings account, of course, at directed too.
Just take note on the contributions. You're not, that's like all inclusive. So you're not doing a $7,000 contribution in your self-directed Roth plus another 7,000 in your crypto Roth. I'm getting questions on the contributions and distributions. We'll hit in 1 second. So, but you could do like 3,500 in your self-directed Roth and 3,500 in your crypto Roth for a total of 7,000. That's totally fine. Now let's hit on distributions real quick. The same thing applies to when you eventually take a distribution out of a retirement account. This is no different than any other distribution you would take for other investments you've made. You will have a taxable event if it's not a Roth like that. So same thing applies. It's no different. It's just another type of alternative investment outside of a stock, bond, mutual fund, real estate deal, small business, private equity deal. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, lots of great questions flying in there.
We'll hit on private keys here in 1 minute. And well, so
Yeah.
this is one of the things, because we just had we do like a call with Gemini typically every month or so. We have an institutional grade account, and that's what everybody falls under.
Which gives you preferred trading and like that. That's you get great execution and all that.
And let's just say it's not like 100%, but it's pretty close that it's moved into cold storage. So we're not going to catch us on air giving you like an exact number, but it's on their website. They go through most stuff. When you have an institutional account, it is offline that it gets moved to. And so you can read all about that in their trust center at Gemini. And that's part of another huge reason why we chose them too, because you're on exchange. Well, where's it going? Is it going into cold storage, and how that works? It's all outlined on their institutional and trust center page. And that was a big deal to us too.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to have the private keys on your behalf and storing them. That would expose us and you. So we don't do any of that. But we'll go over a solution for that for those of you that need that, and we're happy to support that too.
Yeah, it's more work and more expensive
on you.
So if you're like, well, I want to get off exchange. I don't like that my keys are at Gemini and that my crypto is sitting there. I want them on a nano ledger, or I want them on a Trezor. I want to
let's just hit it
off exchange on a hardware wallet. There's a way to do it, but this is like a pioneering strategy. I want to make sure everyone understands that. So it's really what it is. It's the old fashioned way of buying crypto with your retirement account. It's what I did in 2017 when I was trying to figure out how to do this myself. Okay. So let's show this slide here. And so what you do then is you would do a self-directed IRA instead of a crypto IRA. The crypto IRA is going to get you to Gemini. All right. Now that's what I'm doing now. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay. I'm just saying there's a way if you are really concerned about the security and you want the keys. So I'm using currently the Gemini crypto IRA product. But when I shot my 2017 video, this is what I did. And this is how you can get control of the crypto and get off exchange, be on a hardware device like a nano ledger, like a Trezor, whatever you want to do. Okay, so you need a self-directed IRA. That self-directed IRA is going to own an LLC 100%. It's called a checkbook control IRA. That IRA is going to have an LLC business checking account. We use Titan Bank. They're awesome. Great to work with. They understand what the heck an IRA LLC is. Good luck walking into Chase and opening up that account and them understanding what this is. Okay. So, but you have an LLC business checking account. See, to buy crypto, you need to on-ramp here. So I need cash from a retirement account that's traced. The retirement account owns an LLC 100%. That LLC has a bank checking account. That bank checking account is going to get linked somewhere for an exchange account. Now we've used Kraken quite a bit. I first used Coinbase when I did it myself, but now Coinbase, when you try to set up a business account, they treat you like you're a hedge fund with $100 million and they want all your insurance policies and your board of directors and It's like, good Lord. Okay. So Kraken has a better process for this. We're working on it with Gemini. We've had clients go lots of different places. Frankly, you can go wherever you want, as long as you can get a business account, on an exchange, because you need somewhere where you can exchange dollars to on-ramp on to crypto. So let's say you went to Kraken. All right. Now you're on Kraken and you've bought whatever crypto you want to hold, but you don't want to stay on Kraken, or you don't want to stay at Gemini or wherever you're at. What you can do now is then you can go off exchange. Okay. You're in control of all this. We're not touching anything. Your IRA invested into an LLC, but you're the manager of this LLC. You are in control of the bank account. You've established the business account wherever you went.
You still have an IRA with us.
Yeah. Your IRA still owns it at the end of the day. All right. You're just in control here in making investment decisions and how you want to store. So if you're like, all right, well, I'm going to go off exchange onto a nano ledger. Cool. You could do that. Now I want to give okay. You need the business account, but now you went off exchange. Okay. Now the benefit to that is, for those of you that have that concern of security, is now I'm off exchange. I feel more comfortable. I've got my keys. It's off exchange on a hardware device. The downside to this is there's no green light on this with the IRS that this is okay. All right. I just want to say that, but there's no red light either. There's like a caution. We've had clients do this. And even in my law firm, we've advised clients on this. I did this myself, like I said, back in 2017. You have to be understanding that you're pioneering here. The risk is, what is the kind of the risk is like, what happens to this crypto after it goes off exchange? This nano ledger, by the way, that you're using needs to be separate from anyone you're using with your personal crypto.
Don't commingle it. Don't mix it.
Yeah, don't mix it up. I don't want it in the same wallet. Okay, this needs to be totally separate, because if you ever get audited, you're going to need to track this to show, no, this is the crypto I bought on exchange. I went off exchange here. It's the same crypto. I didn't commingle anything. I didn't spend it. I didn't have any personal use of it. I was just storing it off exchange in a hardware device, because that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted that safety and security. Okay. Now there are certain assets like gold and silver. When you buy in your retirement account, they have a storage rule that says you can't personally hold or have storage of those types of assets. Now there's nothing specific on crypto, because frankly, when the retirement account rules were written, no one knew what the hell crypto was. It didn't even exist. Okay. And so there's not a specific storage requirement on this. There might be in the future. Okay. So that's one thing there's a little bit of uncertainty here on this. If you want to pioneer and do this, it's a lot more work. The annual fee for a self-directed IRA is $395. It's not $295. There's a $50 fee to invest into the IRA LLC. The IRA LLC, if your IRA owns the IRA LLC 100%, our law firm sets them up. My law firm, it's $1,200. Okay, that's the fee to set up the LLC. You might have an annual fee with the state for the LLC. You can maybe use it in a state that's a little lower. And then of course you have whatever trade fees, whatever exchange you have when you go buy it. You have the cost of the hardware device that needs to be separate from the one you're using for your personal crypto. But that's the structure there. So a little more expensive, a little more steps, a lot more work for you. The Gemini and the Crypto IRA product is kind of like a done for you thing. We have the steps laid out and our team goes through it with you. This, once you get the money in the LLC checking account, you're kind of on your own. Mm-hmm. And we have some places we can send you to try and on-ramp to an exchange. But a lot of them are busy right now. I'll be honest. If you're trying to do this 6 months ago,
yeah,
you could move quickly. Right now, it might take a little bit.
Those are all the comments are like, why does it take so long to do this type of structure? I was like, well, if you think about it, you're setting up an entire business. You can't just go to LegalZoom to do it. You have to use a law firm or a doc prep company that knows how to have a retirement account as the member and you as the manager of the LLC. LegalZoom's not doing that. Yeah. So you can't do that. So you got to set up the whole structure. Then you got to get a bank account. So there's a whole process for that. So let's say that's a couple weeks. Well, once that's all done, now you have to go apply as an institutional account with an exchange. And who knows how long that'll take. Like, yeah. You know, it's kind of a crapshoot. And like Matt said, we're working on some things with our relationship with Gemini. But quite frankly, like we're in a fever again. Everybody, like we're in, you know, this kind of FOMO phase again. And so everybody's wanting to do it. So guess what happens? We not only get super busy, but all the exchanges do too. So who do you think they're going to send to the top of the food chain when there's a new institutional account application? You with 500,000 or the person with 2 million? And that's kind of like what they're going and doing. Not to say it can't be done. And we'll definitely help facilitate the process and, you know, better get started on it now rather than wait till later. Like do it now.
Yeah, and
It's really cool.
we've had hundreds, thousands of clients do this structure. So
Like, do it.
So again, just know what you're doing. Realize you got to go in eyes wide open. This is a little more of a pioneering strategy because you are going off exchange. You're gonna have some personal control of the crypto on a hardware device, which is good for security. But we don't know. There's no red light or green light from the IRS or Congress on whether that's okay or not. And you just have a little more diligence on your side in executing this, and it'll take a little bit longer time wise. So, but you have options. That's the thing.
Yes.
Some companies just won't even tell you this option because they just want you to fit you into this, into like whatever product they have. We want to give you options. I want to let you choose what's going to work best for you. So, so those are really the two most common options. The crypto IRA is what I'm using. But you could be using this LLC structure if you want to hold the keys. Some people also use this structure because they trade a lot. It's not just the key issue.
Yeah.
They trade a lot. Or there's a crypto that they're particularly interested in that they can't get on Gemini. And so sometimes there's an angle for that use of this structure too.
We're not going to really hit on it today, but for those of you that just love research, like myself, you can look at using this with your own 401k. It's called a solo 401k. And that's a whole process as well. And that's deemed an institutional account also. If you're interested in that and you qualify for that or want to figure out how you qualify, just book a call with one of our solo 401k experts on our website. Let me hit on two questions that we got, Matt. So one is, let's go through the process of funding the crypto IRA and how I get funds from IRA to Gemini. And then I want to make additional contributions and more funding. How does that work?
It's very common. Good question. Yep. So let's say again, you make the new contribution or there's a transfer from an existing IRA. It hits your account here at Directed IRA. We will immediately go and fund your Gemini account. So within a day, 24 hours, that money is going to be sitting over at Gemini. So every day we're funding over to Gemini. Okay. So give us a day, 24 hours for that money. Once it hits and clears here, if you send in a check, we got to wait for that check to clear.
It's like 5 to 7 business days. Come on,
people. If you send a wire, it's immediately cleared. All right.
Wire ACH, please.
Yeah. ACH, even you got a little bit of a hold too. So, but we'll get it over to Gemini once it clears here within a day. And then it's sitting in USD at Gemini. Now, if you're like, all right, well, I sent in $7,000 for 2024. I want to send in another $7,000, but my first $7,000's already I've already bought crypto at Gemini. Cool. You send the other $7,000 to Directed, and then we go again in a day. It'll get funded over into your Gemini account, and then you're trading from there.
Same process.
Yeah, same process. And that's common. We do have a lot of people that even they'll kind of start with maybe $10,000 or something. They got a big IRA somewhere else at Fidelity or Vanguard or something, and they're like, all right, I got $1 million over here. Let me send over $10,000 and just kind of see how this works. And then it's like, all right, I got the hang of it. Let me send over $50,000. And then, so you can just send it over, but it's going to come to Directed. Okay. You're not sending it to Gemini. Okay. You don't own the Gemini account. You don't have an IRA at Gemini. You have an IRA at Directed. And so we are going to receive that. And then again, within a day, it gets funded over into the Gemini account, which shows up as USD. And then it's your job to go and trade it.
Okay. Carlos, you have a great suggestion. We'll look at that. Maybe if other clients of Directed IRA are on there and you want to chime in and say, yes, please. His suggestion was us creating a private Discord channel for our clients of Directed IRA that are doing crypto. Not a bad suggestion to create community.
Yeah. We've thought about that. That's a good idea.
Thank you, Carlos. You've been very active in this chat. If you're not a client, I'd be shocked. Hopefully you are. Just tell me you are, please. Okay, let's go through the next step then on distributions, on how that works. If did they got to liquidate? What if they're wanting to move it, stay in crypto, but take a distribution in crypto? Let's hit on that. That's been a lot of questions on distributions and how that works and the taxes.
Yeah. So when you want to start taking this money out, again, think 59.5. Although this could be an HSA and you want to use it to pay medical.
Good point.
This could have been an ESA and you want to use it to pay for your kids' college. Now they're actually in college 5-10 years later. Okay. So the money at Gemini, you're not gonna be able to take it. That account is locked down. You can't take money out of Gemini because you don't own it. Your IRA does. So it's got to go back to your IRA at Directed. Now, typically, it always has to come back as USD. So now I'll give one a little exception here, but So generally what's going to happen, it's going to go from Gemini in USD. So you'll need to sell to US dollars. Then it's going to come into your directed IRA account in US dollars. Now it's sitting there in cash. So let's say you have an HSA expense, a reimbursement, or you need to pay a medical bill, or it's an ESA expense, you need to pay a college bill or reimburse yourself for tuition for a kid. You just do a distribution request for whatever those are. Those aren't taxable. They're eligible distributions, but it's coming from directed. We're doing the reporting to the IRS and doing the necessary tax and reporting stuff that has to happen to make sure this stays a tax preferred account. Now, let's say you're like, no, man, I'm 60 now. I want to use this money in retirement. Okay. Let's say it's a Roth IRA. Again, same process. You'll get to US dollars. That goes back to your directed Roth IRA, your directed crypto Roth IRA. And then you take a distribution from us, which would be in cash. No, not taxable. You're in a Roth account. If this was a traditional account, you take it into income and it's taxable the year that you take it. So that's the process. It's really going from Gemini to directed and then out to you as a distribution. Depending on the account type and what you're doing is whether it's taxable or not. So now if you're like, no, Matt, I want to take the crypto as a distribution. It's possible to do that, a little more work, but what happens is you get that distribution out at fair market value. I don't really know why people want to do that. I get that question. I'm like, why would you want to take crypto in kind? Particularly if you have a Roth account, it's tax preferred. What are you going to do with, you're going to take that crypto out and personally own it now. And now if it goes up in value more, you pay tax on the more additional gain. I don't get why you would do that. Why not just like leave it in? If you need the money for something, for an expense, or you need to pay, costs in retirement or live off in retirement, well, just get it to dollars and use those dollars to go, cover those retirement account expenses. So there is a way to take what's called an in-kind distribution. We take the fair market value of whatever the crypto is worth at the time. So if I want to take one BTC out of my IRA and I want to get it personally. Okay. One BTC is $105,000, let's say, depending on what the market value is the day you want to do that. So you got to there's very specific protocol on this. And then we do a distribution at the fair market value that day. Not a preferred method, more fees on doing it in an in-kind manner like that. Not the common way to do it. There always seems to be questions about it. Very little people actually do it. Generally, you're going to have just dollars going from Gemini to your crypto IRA, and then we send those to you as a distribution.
Okay, so for those of you that already currently have a self-directed Roth IRA, a directed IRA, let's use that as an example. You can also set up a crypto Roth IRA. Totally cool. As a separate account. You could also still do that, but let's say you had fiat USD in your current self-directed Roth. Let's just use 25,000 as an example, because you had $500,000 and you've invested 475 into a real estate deal. You could then take that 25,000 and move that over to your crypto Roth with us in a separate account. Totally cool. We will help do that all day long. We have plenty of people that do that.
Yeah, that's what I do.
So that's cool.
That's
now,
right.
Paying the fees. Let's talk about that real quick to clarify that. So when we're talking about paying the annual fees and paying any trade fees on a separate credit card versus deducting from my Gemini, or account with us, can I do that? And are those tax deductible?
No, the fees are not tax deductible. The only way they are is if you're doing a solo 401k, where this is your business, you're self-employed, you have a 401k plan for yourself. You can write those off as a business expense for solo case. But for individuals that have a Roth IRA, HSA, traditional IRA, whatever type of those accounts, your expenses for your account are not deductible expenses. It's the same thing with your account. You got an advisor that advises you. That's not deductible. Investment management expenses are almost impossible to write off, but you can't write them off for your IRA anyways. So, yeah, sorry, not deductible. I was trying to soften the blow there with it's not deductible like this. This also isn't.
That was a breakup. It was just kind of a soft, easy break.
I was trying to lessen it. So.
Okay. What other questions? Keep them coming. Let's look at that. What else do we have to go over?
Well, let me show this here. If you want to book a call with someone on our team, or you want to just get started, this will take you to the crypto page at Directed. If you hit that QR code, and you can learn more about the product, talk to any of our team members if you have specific questions, you need help in funding it and transferring funds over. We're happy to help, of course. But also you can do it online. Now, a lot of our crypto clients, those are the highest proportion of people that just do it themselves online. Most crypto people are a little more tech savvy, and you can do all the account setup fully online. So,
yeah. And just take note that please, that this isn't like an advising call of any kind. They're not giving tax or financial advice. They're helping answer the questions on our crypto IRA product, or if you want to do the IRA LLC structure or a solo K, they will answer the questions on how to do that, how to get the account open, funded, and ultimately invested. That's what that call for. They're not licensed advisors or tax professionals by any means. So I know you all have those questions. That's totally cool. But hit your, your tax professional up for that, or an attorney you have up for that, or you're going to, get an attorney consult if you're doing the IRA LLC structure. Just keep that in mind. But we're great at answering all the IRA related questions, and especially on this product. Now you can, this is like, again, a separate account. So if you have a self-directed IRA and you also want a crypto IRA, those are two separate accounts, two separate annual fees. Okay. So if you set up a Roth IRA that's going to do real estate, that's one annual fee. If you want to do a crypto Roth, that's a separate account and product. Let's say you want to do a crypto HSA, that's another separate product. It's not all lumped in and combined. They're entirely different retirement accounts altogether too, when you get into different account types. And a Roth IRA is not the same as an HSA. Yeah. So it requires different tax reporting and things on our end that we have to record keep, and 5498s that we have to send out each year, and statements that have to be generated. And you're providing us what types of investments you're doing on a valuation.
Yeah, let me hit some questions popping in here. These are great. Thanks everybody for asking these questions. Jake says Google says you can roll over money from one IRA to another.
Love Google.
Once a year. Okay. All right. Now there's a caveat. What that's talking about is a 60-day rollover. Yep. You can do a 60-day rollover once per year. We don't really do 60-day rollovers. We do transfers. You can transfer IRA money every day if you want it. You could do 1,000 transfer from one IRA to another all day long. So when you transfer, let's say from your Fidelity IRA to your directed crypto IRA, you could do that every day of the year. Okay. There's not a one per year. There's something called a 60-day rollover, where you take a distribution from your current IRA, and within 60 days, you can redeposit it into a new IRA somewhere else, and it's not taxable. That's the one you can only do once per year. Okay. So that's the Google, what they're confusing there, and I know the AI thing on Google is trying to get it right, but that's a little misleading of an answer from Google. So now your question was, though, Jake, was, well, can I roll over from my employer IRA? Now, I don't know what employer IRA that is. Maybe it's a simple IRA. Generally, a simple IRA, your money's locked there for 2 years, and then you can move it. If you have an employer 401k, which is more common, you're typically locked down. An employer 401k in many instances is going to lock your money down and say, as long as you still work here and you're not yet retirement plan age of 59 and a half, you can't move your money from the employer 401k. Sometimes you can do what's called an in-service rollover of an employer 401k, where vested employer contributions can be rolled out even though you're still working there. And let's say you're 30, you haven't hit retirement plan age. So we get a little technical on some of this stuff because the details matter. But a lot of times your employer 401k gets locked down. IRAs, you can always move. Okay. You got an IRA at Fidelity, an IRA at your local bank or credit union, an HSA. You can always move those whenever the heck you want. The full amount, a partial amount, you can all, and that's done by what's called a transfer, which you can do as many of those as you want. All right. Someone asked about the crypto that Gemini has. Just get over to Gemini. Gemini shows different crypto you can buy on their account. Everything that Gemini has eligible is eligible in our crypto IRA. We don't have any additional restrictions. One thing when you're looking at Gemini, there's a few crypto that Gemini supports for custody, but not for buying. Cardano would, I think, be the one most common, I think 88, where a lot of people have some interest in it, but you can't really buy it. So that's one. Just be careful. There's a few on there that you can custody and store at Gemini, but you can't actually buy. But Solana, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, those are a lot of the popular ones that you can buy those on Gemini using with the crypto IRA with us.
Cool. If those of y'all that are like needing, a lot of you have asked for like tax advice, tax help and stuff. Matt has a partner in the law firm, also co-founder here at Directed IRA. There's a tax advisor network. Some of them are hip to the hop on crypto.
Yeah.
Some of them are not. Just do your own due diligence or research. But I went ahead and dropped that network in there. They're all trained and certified by Mark J. Kohler. And so he has he does a ton of trading with his IRA accounts in crypto. He's done really well. So go check out some of the advisors on there, the tax professionals, and see if they can be of help.
Yeah.
Totally get it. Some of you have more complex structures than others. And
yeah. And I'll just say this, even our law firm, KQS
Yeah.
Lawyers, is helping clients too. There's the tax advisor network, a lot of great CPAs, enrolled agents that are familiar with this. We've even done a crypto tax summit, Mark and I, in the past, where we went over a lot of strategies. Darren Charrington's one of the lawyers in our office that's really savvy on crypto, on the tax side of it. Bobby Bodner's one on the, he's a tax advisor that taught a lot of the crypto stuff at the tax and legal conferences. And so we've really tried to grow a network of good people that understand this stuff.
Yeah.
Please realize a lot of these people that are good are busy. Don't ask for free advice. You're going to get what you pay for. The people that really know what they're doing are busy, and you're going to need to pay for their time.
And it may be weeks before you even get on a calendar
Yeah.
appointment with them. So
yeah.
just
and
take
I know
that in
sometimes
mind
that can be frustrating. So that's why we're always trying to provide as much content and education we can. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. We're going to do a lot more on crypto stuff in general. Make sure you get over to directedira.com. You can learn more about this. We've had prior webinars on this. We have articles. I have an article on Cryptopedia about how to buy crypto with a Roth IRA and the benefits of it. Please book a call with our team. We'd love to help you. Get over to our site. You can just open the account online on your own, in your pajamas, in the middle of the night,
I do have a good one.
Yeah. What else you got?
This is a good one.
Let's throw this thing up here at the end here, but after Aaron's got to say.
So David's asking, if I have a self-directed checkbook IRA LLC with you guys, do I still need a separate crypto IRA? You do not. You obviously have the IRA with us, but a lot of people actually have both. They'll have a crypto IRA with us, and they also have their checkbook IRA LLC that they're using to on-ramp with different exchanges. You can totally have both. You can have that structure, and you can also have crypto. Now, it'd be two separate fees, two separate accounts, but why you would do that just depends on what you're trying to do. But we actually have a lot of people that still do that. Or you have like a kids Roth crypto account with us, and you have checkbook control with what you're doing.
Yeah. The only other thing I would say is if you have a self-directed IRA, that's an IRA LLC, and we have this, clients, they did it in real estate or their private investments, and they're like, but I got some cash there. I want to do some crypto. Well, then you're back to this structure here, if you don't mind sharing the slide, where you already have an IRA LLC, but you're going to need to link it to a wallet or exchange to then go and acquire the crypto. And this is where we've been trying to develop with Gemini. We already have a relationship with Kraken for these types of business accounts. So that's a possible thing. But again, pioneering strategy and structure, it's all on you to get the stuff done. We don't have the ability to push that as much. We can just make some contacts at best. So just realize you're a little more on your own. And that's why a lot of our clients that even have an IRA LLC just do a crypto IRA, like Aaron said. It's easier. We take care of it. It's more coordinated. And it's kind of a done for you type thing. And you can send the money from your LLC back to Directed in your self-directed IRA when you just move it over to your crypto IRA. So there's ways to there's different ways to do it. There's not one way. This seems like the easiest, I know, but I'm just saying this exchange account that's in the business's name is not something you're going to do easily. This takes some work. It's going to take a few weeks. Maybe 2 weeks max to get that thing set up and actually funded. So, but it's an option. So we even debate sometimes like not showing this or not, but I'm like, a lot of people know. We have a lot of clients that succeed at this and have done it. I did this 7 years ago. It's crazy. But we do have a lot of clients, so I'm just going to be honest, that are like, I can't get this done. No one's getting back to me. I'm frustrated. I'm like, remember the pioneer strategy thing I tried to say. This is the hard way. The Gemini IRA is the easy way, the crypto IRA with us. So
here's what's cool though. Once you have that account, you're not limited to just investing in crypto. The whole reason this structure even really came into existence and was pioneered was for people that were wanting to fund real estate deals and private equity deals fast. They like needed an earnest money deposit. They needed to like wire funds at auction. And so there's like, you're not just limited to crypto. You can totally do that, but now you can go invest in whatever alternative asset you want, even stocks and mutual funds if you wanted as well.
Yeah.
You get your own institutional account at a brokerage.
Absolutely.
So that's what's cool. So you're not just limited to that. So take that into consideration. If you're like, man, this is taking a while for my institutional account to get approved at an exchange, go do another deal. Go buy a mutual fund or go do a real estate deal or an option or something. Like you have options.
Yeah.
Come to our alt asset summit next year and you can hear different options too.
Yeah. All right. So this is the little QR code. We love to help you guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in and all the amazing questions. Make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter too, so you get updates on what's going on here at Directed IRA, of our upcoming webinars. Also, if you missed any portion of this will be recorded and posted on the site. You also catch it on my YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed there. Thanks for being on. We'll see you next time.